For years, I thought I was waiting for the right time, the right job, the right amount of money, the right version of myself. I kept believing that life would begin after something happened, after I accomplished more, after I healed, after I had everything figured out. But one morning while I was sitting on my balcony watching the city wake up, I realized something that stopped me in my tracks. I wasn't waiting for the right moment. I was waiting for permission. Permission to slow down, permission to choose peace, permission to build a life that actually felt like mine. And then I realized no one was coming to give it to me. That day, everything quietly changed. Looking back now, I can finally see what I'd been waiting for all along. Waiting doesn't always look obvious. Sometimes it looks like responsibility. You tell yourself, I'll take the trip next year. I'll start the business when I'm more ready. I'll decorate the house after everything settles down. And I'll take care of myself once everyone else is okay. Years pass that way, not because we don't have dreams, but because we convince ourselves they have to wait. I know that feeling. I spent years believing peace lived somewhere in the future. One more accomplishment, one more milestone, one more season. But peace wasn't waiting for me there. It was waiting for me to stop postponing my own life. The beautiful thing is, life doesn't usually change because of one dramatic decision. It changes quietly.
People sometimes ask me what changed. And honestly, it wasn't one big moment. It wasn't winning something. It wasn't reaching a big goal. It was much quieter than that. It was choosing peace. I stopped asking whether I deserved peace in my life. I stopped believing that I had to earn rest. I stopped thinking that peace was something that would just show up down the road. Instead, I started paying attention to the life I already had. I made my coffee just a little bit sweeter. I walked just a little bit further. I started saying no without apologizing. I created work that felt meaningful. I started protecting my mornings. I started protecting my peace. And little by little, those small things became the foundation of a completely different life. Not because everything around me changed, but because I did.
Looking back, I realized my soft life wasn't built through one extraordinary decision. It was built through hundreds of ordinary ones. Every morning, I chose peace over pressure. Every boundary I honored. Every quiet walk, every prayer, every documentary, every act of believing that my life mattered too. None of those moments felt extraordinary. But together they became the life that I had spent years waiting for. And that's when I understood something I'll never forget. The life I wanted wasn't waiting somewhere in the future. It was waiting for me to begin. After that day, nothing around me changed overnight. I still had bills, responsibilities. I still had questions. I had dreams that felt bigger than my confidence. But something inside me had shifted. Instead of waiting for life to become peaceful, I started creating peace inside the life I already had. I made my morning coffee feel like a ritual instead of a routine. I stopped rushing through my walks. I started reading books that challenged me. I spent more time talking to God than talking myself out of my dreams. I decorated my home. I cooked meals that loved my body back. I started filming documentaries that felt honest instead of perfect. And little by little, I realized something. A soft life isn't something you find. It's something you build, love. One boundary, one healthy decision, one peaceful morning, one ordinary day at a time. And then something happened. I stopped wishing my life looked different. For so many years, I measured success by achievement. The next goal, the next opportunity, the next accomplishment. Now, I measure it differently. Success is waking up excited about an ordinary Tuesday. Success is making tea while the sun comes through my windows. Success is having work that feels meaningful. Calling my parents in the middle of the afternoon. Success is watching the dogs play while I answer emails. It's taking care of my health because I finally understand that my body deserves the same love I give everyone else. My life isn't perfect. It has challenges. There are still dreams I'm building towards. But today, peace arrives before achievement. And that's changed everything. Looking back, I finally understand what I was searching for all of those years.
If you're waiting, I hope you hear this. You don't have to wait until everything is perfect. You don't have to wait until you have more money, until you have found that relationship or become someone different. Your life doesn't begin when all of those things happen. Your life begins the moment you decide that it matters today. You don't build a soft life simply because it becomes easy. You build it because you start making decisions that honor the person that you're becoming. Maybe today that decision is taking that walk, starting that business, making that phone call, going back to school, taking the trip, finally saying yes to yourself. Whatever it is, don't wait for permission, because the life you've been dreaming of may be waiting for the decision you're willing to make today.
I used to believe one day my life would finally begin. Now I know life was quietly waiting for me to show up. Not perfectly, not fearlessly, just willingly. If this film reminds you of anything, I hope it's this. You don't need anyone's permission to begin building the life your heart has been asking for, love. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. Until next time, keep building a life you don't need a vacation from, love.